A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to yet another exciting edition of the Chick Chat, the show that brings you the best of real and raw conversations with some inspirational women. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are shooting this particular episode at Lazy Lion Lodge in Kyalami. If you are looking for an awesome stay in and around Kyalami, please do hit them up on their social media platforms. My guest today is a singer, songwriter, actress, and a performer. You have seen her on Mubango or How to Ruin Christmas, the Wedding. Not only is she a seasoned creative, but she's also a firm believer of second chances. Hey, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me here.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you. You too. I love the whole green.
I'm obsessed with green. I
I
think
can
we
see.
had this conversation.
Earlier
I
on, yeah.
love green.
Yeah, you look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I want to speak about your mom.
Right.
Somebody who's very special to you.
She's my everything. I'm obsessed with her.
And this is why I want to start the show the way I want to start it today. This is a
Right.
very first. I've never done it. I want you to speak into Cam and tell her how she shaped the woman you become today.
Oh my word. Absolutely. Mama, I just want to say thank you so much for being the crazy person that you are. And it's inspired me to be the wild card that I am. But yeah, I honestly I think you're the strongest woman I have ever come across in my entire life. You're a single mother. My father passed away before I was born,
I'm sorry about
and
that.
she was 3 months pregnant with me, and you were still able to carry me for the remaining months and give me this amazing, beautiful life. You took me to the most amazing schools. You forced me into doing art because you saw that is what I was passionate about. And, you've always driven me to be this independent woman who stands her ground and never allows anybody to take advantage of her. And I really appreciate that because I saw it from you. And you're just the most amazing role model. I never see myself looking up to anybody more than I look up to you. So thank you very much for being a star.
Guys, I want to cry. But I'm going to hold it in. In one
Right.
interview, I was watching one of your interviews, you said that your mom is a natural born entertainer.
Yeah.
And she often says to you that she feels like she's living through you.
Yes.
And I was linking that to your name.
Lehlohonolo,
And I'm like,
yes.
do you think that your name has become prophetic to her life?
Definitely. So my mom didn't know what my gender was.
Mm.
Prior to me getting born. All she had was my father saying, Motswalle, if it's a girl, we're gonna call her Dipuo. That was it. That's where the conversation ended. They never got to the boy part. Then unfortunately, I think about 2 weeks later, he passed on. Then I got born. She didn't know, is this a chick or a nigga?
Hectic.
And then when I was born, she's like, actually, and that's when the name Lehlohonolo came from. And I really do think that I followed through with that name because for me to get to where I have gotten to, we didn't have much, but my mom hustled, and Lynn Nanje, like just my life, when I look at it, so I definitely, yes, I really do believe I follow that name. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are a gift to her.
Thank you. Yes.
Now I want to go to the more serious stuff. No sabatlo go ya sekolong.
Yeah, no.
And then mama for stale.
Well, not
Well,
gore ne ke sa batle go ya sekolong. I just didn't want to go to an art school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, the article said you didn't want to go to school. And
Articles sometimes.
You know what? I'm so tired of articles because they have the wrong information.
Yeah.
But she enrolled for you at the National School of Arts
Yes.
and at AFDA.
No, actually, yes, she did enroll at AFDA as well. Yo, mama.
She loves you, this woman.
Yo.
She loves you so much.
I wanted to go to Greenside High. I just wanted a normal high school. She's like, who? Ha kena ngwana young mon. Oh yeah, NSA. Go take your energy out somewhere where it will work for you. And that's exactly what she did. And then at AFDA as well, I was just like, no, I don't wanna. I'll go to a dance school. Ma'am. She went to AFDA. Waqala next week, girl.
Oh no.
But
But look at you now. You turned out amazing.
That was the best. Those are the best decisions that my mom has ever made. I swear.
Yeah.
My education.
Ne?
Yo.
And
yo.
with the education, how you feel like to sort of run away from the couch casting. And this is why what I was alluding to into the serious stuff, that I want to know how it helped you, because I do feel like there are other artists, there are other actresses, musicians who are in the industry, who are qualified and still have to go that route. And I want to know how education stopped you from going that route.
Listen, I know my stuff. Okay, I know my contracts. I know that when this happens, I'm just like, no, that's not meant to happen. No, this is how it's meant to happen. Do you understand? So if you try to take advantage of the situation or of me, that will not happen. You know, rather I lose out on the job and be like, okay, it's cool, but I know I'm not going to be deterred. Do you understand?
Okay, I see.
Besides that, it's so beautiful to walk into, let's say you just get casted for like a role. You already know like how to get into that character. You know how to breathe, you know how to think about it. Like there's a lot of techniques that you go into, and I just think it's the best thing that one could ever do for themselves.
True.
Education. But most importantly, especially for females, nobody will be able to just quickly take advantage of you because you know your stuff.
Okay, so because what I got, because it can be interpreted two different ways. With you, it's
sleeping
more,
with people.
Yeah, it's more the contract side of it, more of, nah, this shouldn't be happening. I learned this at school. This is not how it should be happening. What I thought when I read the article was that there's a certain method maybe that you follow, that you learned at school, that sort of like, you know, protects you from going that route.
100%. Yes, there is. You know what I mean? But I feel like it will happen just as like, let's say we're chilling and you then try to be funny, then I'll know how to handle the situation. You know what I mean? Because, you know, sometimes they'll say 1 + 1 is 2. It's not exactly the fact that you can count 1 + 1. It's the principle behind that. So you know how to handle a situation via the principle. You be like, okay, no.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you're able to handle it very quickly. And also, dude, think about it. If you're educated, you're going to be like, abuti. You know what I mean? Like you'll fight for what you've earned. So it's just like, nah, bro.
In most contexts.
Yeah.
But I do feel like sometimes actors, performers do reach a point of desperation. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Very true, babe.
Yeah.
We are in the third world country, number one. Number two, we've got this hectic pandemic that's going on.
True.
You know, that's messed with our economy. And unfortunately, it's affected our industry the most. So people are desperate right now. And people will do things that they have to do. However, just personally for me, it just goes against my principle and the way that I hold myself. I'm not judging anybody who does whatever. We've got different backgrounds.
True.
You know, I'm not judging anybody. But I'm just like, man, like I said, Ntate Modimo was able to still give me jobs. I mean, I booked so many jobs during this pandemic and that were big jobs. So other people are just like, well, how do I get there? So I don't know.
I watched an interview. Some guy on YouTube. Na interviewer Ausrami Chweni. And she was like, the only people we should be judging in that kind of situation is the perpetrator and not the victim. We should never be on some, oh, Leni, you went that way. Then
Dippy.
You were Dippy. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
Cool.
You went that route, you know what I mean? We should be like talking about, you know, like sort of like
people who are trying to take advantage of younger girls or younger guys, because also guys are getting taken advantage of. That's who should be. Yes, she's right, 100%. That should be who is spoken about. Like they should be called out. Why are we still doing this? It started like in the 1970s, 1960s. I don't know if you watched it's on Netflix. It's a series called Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. And they go behind, like they show you what's happening behind the scenes and how they were taking advantage of like gay people and stuff, you know, because they really wanted to make it. It's not cool. It should not be happening in 2021, 2020. Like, no, it should be done. Yeah.
You just did something now. I want to ask you about it. Why do you prefer being called Dippy? Is that your stage name?
Because
I saw an article that refers to you as Leni.
No, I'm not. I mean, even in credits, when you look at the credits of a show, you'll see that it's now only written Dippy Padi. Leni is a personal name.
Oh, okay.
That is like my mother's name, my family's name, the people that I grew up with. Leni is not Dippy. Those are two different people. So I'm an artist, and when I work, I should be referred to as Dippy.
Okay, Dippy is the artist.
Yes.
And
Leni is
the person at home.
Yeah.
The deer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Get it.
Right, yeah.
Apart from couch castings, I want to know some of the challenges that you personally came across in the industry.
I think my biggest challenge was people not believing me, well, believing in me rather. Being friends, specifically teachers. I mean, I was once told at NSA that I would never make it in the industry. I was the worst actress that I'd ever come across. I still remember that lady. Oh my gosh. And
Was she your teacher?
she was my teacher. She was my drama teacher. And funny enough, I think there's only about 4 of us who are in the industry from that class. And it's not the people that she had particularly expected. And that was hard. I think as a child, you're still very sensitive, you know, to a lot of things. So if somebody is going to tell you that you're not going to make it, you could literally grow up and believe that I will never make it. Thank God for me, I've just always been so confident. Ka foster na. Woo na. Yo, ka foster. And it wasn't only like in acting, it was with music as well. People never believed in my voice and they were just always like, you know. So I think that was my biggest challenge. People not believing in me caused me to not believe in myself. And then I fostered people trying to sleep with you in order to get to the next place. I mean, it would be like, now I'm hustling. I'm like, okay, can you help me do this and this and this? It would be like, yeah, but first you have to. And it's just like, how, brah? I thought we boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that. And I just think just being a female in general is just a challenge.
True.
Just living as a female, wow.
A black female.
A black female. Thank you. A black female. And it just affected a lot of the things that, you know, I would do. I mean, for instance, there was one time where I was speaking to Monique Bingham. She's my music mother. And I was just like, bruh, I'm tired. Like, I'm done. You know, I wanted to just give up. And she's just like, you're a black female. You need to get it together. There's no such thing as giving up or just like, I can't do this anymore. What are you going to do? What's your other passion? Are you going to go and work in an office? You know? And she was like, listen to You, Me, Baby that she wrote, where she was basically writing to herself because she just felt the same way. Being a black female in the industry, people will always put you down in some sort of way. So, yeah. So I've got it on my wall. It's a very long song, but I swear, just seeing it motivates me. I'm just like, okay, come, let's go. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are the only challenges.
Yeah, I hope your teacher has a Netflix account. Because your girl is on Netflix, baby. Listen. You also experienced a form of gender-based violence.
Yeah.
And you made a decision. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. You made a decision to forgive your perpetrators.
Right.
And I want to know how you got there, how you arrived there.
You know, to be very honest with you, my doll, it only happened last year. And that's how I ended up writing I'm Sorry, Mercy. So it happened like years ago. But I found that I still hadn't forgiven. I was still very angry. It started affecting my personal life where I was just a very angry person, always sensitive, always fighting. So I met Lehasa and it was weird because it kind of was like the perpetrators had come forgive me. I mean, to come and ask for an apology. And I was like, no, Sat. You know, they somehow came. Messages or this or that. And I was like, no, I don't want to forgive you. You don't deserve that because you've affected my life.
Did they know what they did?
Of course they know what they've done. I mean...
Do you know how they're always on they would gaslight the victim and say, maybe you didn't read it the way I read it.
No, what's worse is that I was victimized by even females. They know what they've done.
If you're watching this, you're disgusting.
You leave that to God. You leave such things to God. And I was like, I'm not going to forgive them. And that's when I wrote, I'm Sorry, Mercy.
Yeah.
Because I was saying to Mercy, you know, Mercy says, please forgive me. And I was saying, sorry, Mercy, I cannot forgive you. My heart cannot allow me to do that. And I think a month later, I joined Mobango. And Lahasa Moloi, like, were very close. And it felt as though God had literally placed them in my life at that particular time so that I can forgive. because I literally feel like Nikki because I wasn't forgiving. And we spoke a lot about God. He showed me a lot of Bible scriptures. And one day I woke up and I was like, man, screw this. You are still affecting my life. I need to free myself. I need to forgive myself. And therefore, I went through that journey of forgiving myself. And girl, I'm good.
Forgive yourself for?
I need to forgive myself for the fact that this happened. Because now I kept blaming myself. It wasn't my fault. I didn't ask for that to happen to me. Number one, I was too young. Number two, I didn't ask to be in that situation. Number three, I got taken advantage of. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. I just happened to be that victim in that particular place at that particular time. You know what I mean? And it happened. And it sometimes, melo uti, do man, askisi. Askis, because you blame yourself. You say, I could have done this differently. Maybe I did this. No. You cannot blame yourself for being violated at all. Yeah.
Hey,
forgive yourself.
Guys, I'm getting very emotional about this. Your character on Rhythm City,
Right,
also experiences a form of gender-based violence, and for purposes of I don't want to say what it does. I want you guys to go on Dippy's Instagram. She speaks about it. If you guys want to check that out, you can check it out. I just don't want to say it. I don't want to hear my voice say what the character went through.
I mean, I can say it.
Please.
It's something that all females, I feel, need to be vocal about. People need to, don't hide behind what somebody else has done to you, because you're pretty much still giving them that power in some sort of way, you know? So my character, Palesa on Rhythm City, got gang raped. And funny enough with me, my particular situation that happened in real life, one of the people that I was acting with on Rhythm City was there in the real life situation. So I was very perplexed. Like, it felt like I was going through the situation again. And actually it affected me after that. Like, my life went downhill after that. Because I realized, Nikki, you know when you compress things and then eventually something just like, let's say it's a balloon, and then it gets like a lighter just happens to touch it. You know? So one of the people that were there when I went through the situation, acting the whole situation out with me, I was like, oh my word, you know? But yeah, thank God that happened, because I got to forgive everybody that was involved, you know? I'm not particularly saying that he was involved in me being attacked, but he was within, like he was there with, we were at the same place at the same time. Like the next day it was like, what happened? You know what I mean? It was just very hectic. Yeah, babe, I just feel that you need to experience your pain in order for you to, I don't want to say get over your pain, but in order for you to heal from your pain, you need to experience it, you need to go through it, you need to live it, and you need to forgive yourself in order for you to get to a point where you forgive the next person.
You spoke about how shooting those scenes, Go Rhythm City, felt like you had to relive it.
Yeah.
And I want to go to the characters you played, you know, and I want to know which one was the most difficult to tap out of.
Yay. You know what? I don't think any of them were difficult to tap out of, because all of the characters that I've played, I somehow relate to them. I've somehow been through that experience in my life, you know? Being like a bitchy girl, being like a gassy, you know what I mean? I've got those flavors in my personal life. So it wasn't hard to tap out of it. But yeah, I think the one that I most resonated with, I think, was Pinky the Pinks. Yeah. Oh, that girl. Like, that's my girl. You know what I mean? And I was that girl in high school. I was very ratchet, I was very ghetto, but I was street smart. You know what I mean? So I'd catch you out very quickly, and then go to take it. Okay, sure. Manje, I sense soda. So you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's the one I most relate to.
Kana Pinky ki manki ko
Mubango.
Hey.
Yeah.
No untena. Guys, nang irritated. Like, you know, when I have to again on screen, I'm like, yo,
Oh,
Kopa
Jehovah.
afete. That's how good she was with that character.
Thank
Actually,
you.
that role was meant for you. Like, you
Thank you.
killed it. She was very annoying.
Yeah, she was. She was
Yeah.
quite annoying. Thank you
And
so
Nelly
much.
Scamanyana, ne?
Yeah, she
I
was
remember.
definitely a scammer.
Nelly
But she had a beautiful heart.
I did I see it?
You know why? I think because you disliked her so much, you didn't really get to see
Probably.
like the genuineness in her.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I mean, when she's always on Matiliso's case, you end up seeing like the mushy parts as to why she's like that. Because she speaks about the fact that, bruh, I come from far. I only have my mother, like much relatable with
Yeah.
myself as Dippy.
Absolutely.
She only had her mother. Her boyfriend saved her mother's life, and that's why she loves this guy so much. And she'll be a diehard. So therefore, she'll do what she gotta do for him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I guess because we just receive people differently.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think somebody might have seen the genuineness.
Yeah.
And this is where you met Kile Hassan.
Yes.
Because you co-acted with him.
Yes.
Ne? I used to have a crush on this guy
Me
when I was
too.
young,
Oh my
though.
gosh.
When I was like, I think 10, 11.
Me too.
Yeah.
When I saw him, I think on Rockville, I was like,
And then you get to work with him.
yeah, when I saw it was him, I was like, but I was in like such a hectic relationship. He's married. I was just like, absolutely not. No.
And
this
he's
is
chill
work.
though. He looks like
the
he's
most
very
chilledest person.
disciplined and very, you know.
It was never any of that vibes. If anything, I literally got a bigger brother from him. I swear to God, I really got a bigger brother. I also didn't go with that mentality, hore ya, kilo jola. I mean, when I'm in a relationship, I'm not trying to mess around, you know. It's work. I'll kiss you on set, and if like let's not even be funny after that. And then I'll go back to I'm such a loyal girl.
Oh, cute.
Because it sucks.
The boys don't see it.
But I'll heard. I gotta be Rihanna in this.
I love this energy because we're gonna speak about the music, and that's where I wanna go.
Yes.
You've done so much in this music thing. And I feel like I was speaking with our script writer,
right,
that I feel like we know you, the actress, right? And like you said when we spoke off screen, that you have a fan base, music.
Yeah.
And another fan base, the act.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like the actors need to start knowing the musician because she's quite good. I was listening to a few of your songs. I like them.
Thank you so much.
You've done so much. There's a lot that you've done, like I said in the beginning. And I want to know, what is it that you would like to still do?
First of all, let's wait for these birds to feel like they've... Are you done? Okay, thanks. Listen, I don't think... I actually know that I don't belong in South Africa.
Ooh,
I definitely need to go international regarding my sound. And the thing is, I really do love music more than acting, to be quite honest. It's seldom that you have my fans... I don't like to call them fans, but my supporters from my music side and my acting side coming together and actually knowing me as both. It's literally only they know me as an actor or they only know me as a musician. It's so weird. It's very strange. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, wait, this is the same person. And I'm just like, but I mainly want to, especially this year in 2021, I mainly want to focus on my music so that I can take the international direction. I mean, the people that I've worked with are also international. Like the couple, love him to bits. He's an international brand.
Your sound is also, it sounds international.
Thank
you. Sorry to cut you, but
yeah.
it does really sound international.
And I'm actually trying to like change it, you know, and just move out because I just feel like it's too deep. It's too house. And the thing is, when you see me on stage, like I go wild. I go back when I perform. It just doesn't make sense with my music, which is like much slower. And then you see this energizing bunny. You just like, you know what I mean? So I'm just changing the sound. I also just think my personality. Let me tell you something about music and me. I go based on how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, my energies in life. You know what I mean? So therefore it changes my sound as well. It's about my vibe. You know what I mean? My vibe is hectic right now. And it's because I just come out of like a hectic situation that I was involved in. My life has changed like literally 180 degrees. So now I'm on that, you know, that tip. So yeah, that's what's happening with music. And I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited.
Do you have any plans this year?
Definitely.
Are you planning on doing anything in music specifically?
Definitely. The only problem is that the pandemic is affecting mostly musicians more than actors. So I can only release much later on in the year, but I am about to release my own project.
Hey now, hey.
Everybody's been complaining that, oh my God, you're on everybody else's music but yours. And I wanted to take my time with it. You know, you don't want to force something based on the fact that how you need to be very patient when it comes to music. You must respect it so that people are able to relate to it. So it's finally coming this year. My team is still figuring out when would be the best time, because they're still looking at what's happening, you know, in and around South Africa, in the world, how the pandemic is affecting everybody, and then we're gonna take it from there.
I'm hoping the vaccines come in time. Ready to fella. So that
Please
don't start. Please don't go there. Like, people were literally freaked out at those videos.
Babe, it was so funny. Oh, it was the funniest thing I've
scary.
ever seen. But yeah, we'll see what the vaccines do for everybody. But
I hope they do come through so that we can go back to normal.
Definitely.
I
miss people.
You.
Wait till you ba bona
Like,
matauwe. You know.
No, definitely. I have hope that things will go back to normal soon.
Definitely.
I was gonna wrap it up, but I forgot. How to ruin Christmas, the wedding. And I want to know how you got that gig. I know you auditioned, obviously, like everyone else, but I want to know how it's you know, that process. No, she like it takes you on that day. No, it's along. And how did you feel when you actually got the call that you got the role?
So I don't know about the KFC advert that you know that I'm on.
I know it.
I was shooting the KFC advert for like, I think 3 days. And I was so tired. Like, we were finishing late. I would have to be on set, I think at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And then we finish around 8. Because commercials take very long.
They do.
And then I think while I was on set to go KFC, I got the brief for Tando. And I'm just like, yo, I'm tired. You know what I mean? And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, yo, but I need a job, but I'm tired. So I get home. Luckily, this was like the last day, and they needed the audition. It was self-tapes, because now we're not allowed to go in person because of Corona. So they're like, you need to send a self-tape by tomorrow at 12 p.m. And I'm like, yo, I'm still only gonna sleep like now. I'm tired. And I felt like my eyes, you know. So I tell my mom, I'm like, yo, mom, I've got this audition for some show on Netflix and I don't want to do it. I'm tired. Girl, you will do this because you're broke. So get up, learn them lines, and do the audition. I was like, okay. And she did the audition with me, and I auditioned for Tando. Then I got a call back. I was like, what? I had those same eyes you just gave me. I was like, what? I was like, oh my word. I went into the callbacks, and I think I got the call, I think about a few days later or a week later, that like, you've been cast for How to Win Christmas.
Wow.
And I lost my mind.
Sure.
First, I kept quiet, and my agent's like, Dips. And I was like, and I went crazy. And he's like, yo, okadile. And he's just like, congratulations, you got the job. You need to go into quarantine next week because we all lived together because it was so strict with the whole Corona situation. So we lived together for like two months, and we had to be quarantined first so that they could take our tests, and then people came back negative, and then we had to go shoot.
Oh, this is where now it makes sense, because there's a video I came across where you were forcing everyone to watch you on Mubango.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yes, with Rami Tune, Desmond Dube,
yes.
Tando Tabete. I would do that every night. They knew. I'd be like, it's time. It's time. And we all go to somebody's room, and then we all sit and we watch. Yeah.
And do you have any acting related projects that you're working on right now?
Yes, I do, but I can't speak about them. It's not Netflix. It's definitely SABC.
Oh, great.
There's Mzansi Magic. There's
Nice.
another series that's coming up. I really can't say where that's going to be, but there's another series that's coming up that I'm about to shoot. And yeah, I'm mad excited about it. Yeah.
Can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for stopping
Thank you
by.
for having me.
You are absolutely amazing.
You're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us and sitting with us on this beautiful Check Chat couch. I don't know if you learned anything, but I learned so much from Dippy. I think she's like a well of knowledge. That's how I define her. She's got so much knowledge, but like, you know, got energy, you know. If you want to keep the conversation going, please do follow her on our social media pages and follow us on Instagram. It is Lisa_CT TV. We are also on Twitter. It is Tembisa_TV. We are also on Facebook and YouTube. It is Tembisa Content TV. Until next time.